Retail stocks taking a hit this week after names like Macy's and Kohl's reported disappointing holiday sales. But can we expect more pain ahead for retail, or is this a buying opportunity? Welcome to Trading Nation. I'm Eric Chemi, here to discuss our Matt Maley of Miller Tabak and Gina Sanchez of Chantico Global. Gina, can some of these retail stocks turn around?
Look, I think retail stocks right now are the canary in the coal mine, and I'm not sure that we'll necessarily see a turnaround because we are seeing reports not only of weak holiday sales, but also of continued overcapacity in these markets. In other areas of retail like food markets, et cetera. And so I do actually think that a lot of hope is being pinned on the idea that this recovery is robust enough to provide wage growth and to provide and that the Trump administration will be able to strong-arm jobs back into the economy. That is a promise. It remains to be fulfilled, and it is a challenge to fulfill. And so I do actually think that looking at what's happening in the retail stocks might give us a sobering view of the underlying strength of this economic rally, which is to say that it is fragile and that bad policies could in fact take it off of its recovery. So, to me, these are canaries in the coal mine, and I do think that the problems that we're seeing are real.
Matt, what are the charts telling you?
Well, a couple of things. Oh, first, looking at the charts on consumer confidence, which is, of course, is very important to what will happen with with retail and the consumer, is with consumer confidence so high, everybody's saying, well, this is great. It must mean everybody's going to go out and buy. The problem is that consumer confidence, both from the conference board and from the University of Michigan survey, they're both at levels that are usually seen at highs in consumer confidence. In other words, people are over-exorbitant. Just like what Gina is talking about here, they've kind of we're relying a little bit too much on hope and the expectation that Trump is going to get everything he can, and that the Democrats somehow are going to roll over and play dead, and then we're going to not only get everything he wants, but we're going to get it quickly, and it's going to be implemented quickly. And I agree with Gina. The chances of that happening aren't all that good. So it's going to be a problem, more of a problem than I think people realize. Obviously, we get Friday, we get the employment number, and we'll get a lot of numbers on wage growth and things like that in that report, and that'll tell us a little bit more. But as Gina called it, canary in the coal mine, I think that's right, and it's going to be something that plays out in a tough way in the coming weeks.
Gina, so I just want to put it together a little bit, because obviously retail not as good as we think, but is a lot of that the economy, or is it just I'm shopping on Amazon, or I'm buying from different kinds of stores that are not traditional retail, or I'm buying earlier in the holiday season, maybe I'm waiting till after January. I'm just trying to get to these numbers and figure out how much of it is specifically about retail versus the overall economy.
Well, certainly part of that is there. Amazon continues to dampen bricks and mortar sales, but you look, for example, at Walmart, that's been really trying to take a run at Amazon in terms of the e-commerce space, and they haven't been able to knock them off the block, although they have established a strong #2 position. You're still looking at an outlook that is tepid at best. I think that the problem is in the underlying economy, not in the shift between bricks and mortar and e-commerce.
And then just taking it back to Matt for a final word, how do you put together these two different things, right? We're seeing all-time highs in the market. And then you mentioned those consumer sentiment indicators are at levels that are usually as far on the positive as you're going to get. And then at the same time, we're looking at bad retail numbers. So what does that tell you about the world where you see this bifurcation?
Well, it just tells us that we've, I think, gone too far to one side in terms of basking on hope. And it's, I'm not saying that things aren't going to be as good as people are hoping for, but it's kind of priced into perfection. And boy, whenever you're priced to perfection, it doesn't take much of a hiccup to cause markets to get hit very hard. Markets or individual stocks, as we're seeing in Macy's and Kohl's stores, et cetera. Look at how far they're getting hit when they were being priced, and maybe not for perfection, but for a much better than expected kind of numbers. And when they miss by a little bit, they get clobbered, and that's what we're facing both in the economy and in the stock market overall.
We're just going to see what happens once inauguration comes and the rest of 2017 plays out. Matt, Gina, thank you for joining here on Trading Nation with me. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.